The Force will definitely be present at the Manchester Community Library on Friday, September 30th, when the Crowdsourced Cinema project touches down from a galaxy far away and presents a version of Star Wars unlike anything you've ever seen before. More than 40 teams of cinematographers have pulled together a new version of Star Wars, A New Hope, creating individual sound and music scores and film scenes. Produced by the Burlington-based Media Factory in partnership with an alliance of Vermont community media centers, Crowdsourced Cinema Vermont is a statewide creative challenge. The Crowdsourced Cinema Vermont project is part of a regional collaboration with Brookline Interactive Group and Northampton Open Media, the original creator of Crowdsourced Cinema, each of which are producing their own version of the same film. Jen Ferrara, the community engagement manager at the Media Factory, tells us how the idea got launched.
Crowdsourced Cinema is a project that Northampton Open Media generated years ago. And when the first summer during the pandemic happened, all of us here in Vermont were trying to figure out what we could do in place of summer camps, in place of learning experiences where at that point everyone was at home and isolating. And so I had already been a fan of the Crowdsourced project that Northampton was doing. And I thought this would be a really great fit. And we were fortunate when we all decided this would be fun to do. We reached out to Northampton and they were really excited about having a partner. They had already picked the film, which was Castaway, which was perfect for the first year. And that's how we got started working with them. And now each year we work together to decide the film in the spring. And then we work independently in our teams, in our communities to make the scenes. But as a result, there's like 3 versions of Star Wars that'll be out there. But each one of them has a little bit of Vermont and a little bit of Massachusetts peppered in. Random. So the scenes are assigned randomly. We actually use a random number generator so that there's no bias there. And then there's a few things we ask people in advance, like, are you okay with some violence? Are you okay with some language? And if they're not, then we may have to do a little bit of adjusting to get people a scene they can film. But in general, it's just, you get what you get. You get a scene, you never know what it's going to be.
One of GNAT's own, David Morelos Zaragoza, also made a scene for this movie.
I did the one called The Message from Princess Leia, or Princess Leia Message, and it's the one that R2D2 they're fixing it, and suddenly he displays Princess Leia message, and it's like an hologram, and it was fun. And I think the challenge here is just to be creative and see that you need to do everything with a very low budget, because I don't think like anyone will be spending too much money in this project. The idea is to do everything like low budget or with the things that you have around or handy. So I think that's the most challenging thing, like how you manage to recreate the scene and have a good feeling with the scene to without like spending too much, or like having obviously like professional actors or something like that. What I did, it was actually I went to GNAT studio, and they lent me their space and their camera. I put the green screen, and also I used a black screen, so I can for example the hologramma Princess Leia, I film everything in green screen, so I can cut it and then put it in on the other video. And the droids, I made them with my wife. She helped me. We just grabbed some cardboard that we have on the house, like from old boxes, cut them, and the only thing I think that we spent was on some paint, like acrylic paintings, just to give them a nice look. And we paint R2D2 and 3CPO, and that's it. Like there was like 2 cardboards and my wife and I. So I put the camera with a wide shot, and I go there and do the lines with my wife and Christina. So it was a very fun activity to do.
Paige Vignola of the Manchester Community Library tells us what to expect on the night of the event.
I got contacted by GNAT and was asked if the library wanted to host a screening of the Crowdsourced Vermont Star Wars: A New Hope. The Star Wars geek inside me said there's no way we can't jump on board with this. I'm absolutely thrilled to have the opportunity to allow various different video clubs to exhibit their take on a, can we call it a cult classic? So we're going to have the cafe is going to be part of the adventure. We're going to have some, shall I say, Star Wars themed food available. We're going to have some activities that will be taking place perhaps over in the kids barn. We will be ranging all over for the evening.
Tammy Riley, GNAT's executive director, told us how GNAT got involved in the project.
So we are a member organization with the Vermont Access Network, and they've been hosting this event for a number of years, and one of our local producers participated, and we thought, why not do a screening and get some people in the same room and look at this really cool movie that has been created with 40 different teams from all around the state. And I reached out to the Manchester Community Library, and we're really excited to be doing it together and partnering on creating a fun event. We're going to have a little social hour before the screening, and then the screening starts at 6. And it should be an interesting cinema event and a fun time.
So get out the old Jedi outfit or the Princess Leia one and get ready to do some serious interstellar travel on Friday, September 30th, starting at 5 p.m. at the Manchester Community Library. This should be a lot of fun. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.